College radio is awesome. And you're awesome. Everyone is awesome. Because this is the show where Ohio throws down. Ohio is on fire. And I am the host, Daniel Diesel. We're here live in Dayton, Ohio, here on this great radio station, here on the campus of Wright State University. This is Ohio is on Fire. And tonight we're going to dedicate this show to college radio. College radio and the college lifestyle, if you will. Because there's a lot of great things that's happened at this radio station over its 40-year history. But also there's great things going on in college radio right now and college in general. Later on this show, actually at the top of the hour, I have my guest interview of the evening. He'll be calling in from the campus of UMBC. If you guys don't know, if you guys have been watching March Madness, some major history was made last week. For the first time ever, in the men's March Madness basketball tournament, UMBC, they were ranked number 6. They were the number 16 seed, and they go up against the number 1 seed in the tournament. That's how it's been for like over 35 years. They had never won a game against the number 1 seed until this past Friday, when UMBC made history. They defeated Virginia. They won 74-54. And it was madness. It was one of the biggest upsets in sports history. And there was a viral video that was made based on reactions that took place on campus. The campus of UMBC, his name is Michael Jesse. Not only did he make this video, it was really awesome, but he also makes music. So I discovered him, and I have him on the show tonight. So I'll be talking to Michael Jesse about half hour from now. So that's going to be great. And of course, I got OMVP later in the show, and I'll be playing classic college radio tracks during the evening. At the end of the show, I have a tribute to Stephen Hawking. I'll share my thoughts on the life and times of Stephen Hawking. With that, there's a list that talks about college radio DJs. There's several lists out there. The first one that I knew about came out around 2011. And then there's been a bunch made since then. It's signs that you were a college radio DJ. There was a brand new one that came out. The latest one came out that I'm aware of. Came out on July 4 of 2017. It was on BuzzFeed.com. Of course, this was released by Hillary Mitchell. This article is called 24 Secrets Radio DJs Will Never Ever Tell You. And I thought this would be a good article to talk about live on the air because people at home don't know what it's like to be a radio DJ. And I think it's time that you learn some of our secrets. And looking at this list, some of these entries are accurate, some of it's not very accurate. I think for the most part it's an opinion by Hillary Mitchell. I think she herself was a college radio DJ. I don't know that. I'll have to track her down and find out. But let's start with the list. This is on BuzzFeed. 24 Secrets Radio DJs Will Never Ever Tell You. Number 1, there's a lot more to our job than just pressing play. Here's what the article says. A typical studio has a huge array of complex audio and sound equipment, computers, and various other forms of radio automation to help us do our jobs. And of course, you have to be great at thinking on your feet because it leads to the next one. But I do agree with number 1. Yes, you don't just press play and listen to the music. There's a lot that I do in between songs. So that is a real statement. I vouch for that. So this is 1 for 1 so far. Number 2, things go wrong with live radio all the time. Now there's a little lady in her pink shirt. She's broadcasting for KISS FM. She falls over her seat and she gets dumped on her head. She's yelling. She yells live on the air. But she gets back up and starts talking like nothing ever happened. But here's what it says about this entry. It's a minefield. Even when we're not dealing with technical difficulties, it's easy to screw up by saying the wrong thing and losing our train of thought. Or we end up scrambling to fill spaces left by huge songs failing to play. It's very stressful. So I agree with that. So I checked that one off the list. Number 3, and our radio software often drives us mad. It says the various radio programs are good when they work as they help control our shows, queue up songs, and help us manage time. But everyone who's used a computer knows just how they love to crash or install 493 updates at precisely the wrong time, like when you're live on air interviewing Lady Gaga. So that's, I don't know, maybe that's personal experience on her part, but I've never had a problem with our software. We use DJ controls, and then before that we used Radio DJ. I I've never had a problem with the on-air usage of these programmings. I've always had a problem with automation, like the one that we had years before, Radio DJ. I think that was what it was called. There was one I didn't like its automation system because it would literally play like, say, a soft jazz song. Then the very next track it would play heavy metal. Like, that's not a good mixture. You don't mix those two together. Now perhaps maybe we get an excuse because we're college radio, but no, we're trained to be the best, and you can't mix soft jazz with heavy metal. That's not going to happen. So, anywho, but I'll check that one off because I think some people have complained. Some people at the station have complained about our DJ controls. So, I guess it's to each his own, I guess. But anyway, there's that. Number 4, there are specific extra long songs called toilet tracks when we have to go to the bathroom. And I can vouch for this. This has only ever happened to me once. That was years ago, but yes, I did have to go to the bathroom. I had to think of the longest song I could think of. The one I could think of was Meatloaf's that song, Paradise by the Dashboard Light. That song was almost 7 minutes. I put that on, and I ran to the bathroom as quick as I could. Like I was running in the Olympics or something. So I went to the bathroom. I wrapped up in time because I knew I was familiar with that song by heart, and I got done. And I ran back in. I got done. It was perfect timing. I got done. It was about 30 seconds left. So I know the feeling. I checked that one off the list. And for other DJs that have this problem, I have some recommendations for you. You can play I Am the Resurrection at 8 minutes and 13 seconds, or the song Fool's Gold at 9 minutes and 53 seconds. Of course, this is all from Leonard Skinner, I believe. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, Stone Roses. Stone Roses does those songs. You can also play Freebird by Leonard Skinner. That song is over 9.5 minutes long. So definitely play those if you ever have to go to the potty while you're on the air. Number 5, dead air is our worst nightmare. I agree with that. I checked that off the list. Because dead air equals bad radio. Alright, number 6. We're all accidentally sworn on the air at some point. Not me. I have never said a bad word in my life on this live radio, and I'm proud of that. Now, in the past, there have songs that I thought were edited, but were not edited. They did creep over the air, but we do have this dump button. I had that one famous problem that was like 7 years ago. That was a song that I played. It wasn't edited. And I dumped it as soon as I could, but some dirty words had made the air. And that's happened to a few DJs. But as for me saying those words, I have never said a word. I am a true professional, but I don't get paid. So y'all need to pay me. Anywho, so I do not check that off the list. I am offended. That's so 5 out of 6. Number 7, this one I also disagree with. Our mics get seriously gross. Now there's a picture. The good thing you guys can't see this. It's a dirty microphone. There's like pink stuff, mixture of like food and rusted pink stuff all over this microphone. It is gross. I can tell you right now. I'm going to use my camera to show you what our microphone looks like. This microphone looks great. This is the microphone that we're using. And it is pretty, and all of our mics look the same. Like there's no dirt or sandwich crumbs on this microphone. I credit that to our directors. They do upgrade these microphones once a year. There's summertime, so once one gets done for, we buy new ones. So we do that. They don't cost that much money. So perhaps if we never changed the microphone, I could see it getting that way. And also we have a policy here at the station. We're not allowed to have food or drink here in the studio, and I think I know why. Because if someone was to bring their Taco Bell food, and they ate this Taco Bell food while they were on the air, that'd be gross. Food be flying out. They'd be getting up off their chair and letting one rip right into the microphone. That'd just be gross. I couldn't imagine talking on his mic after someone let one rip. That's not cool. Yeah, that's right. People that's out in the hallway, they are listening to me tell these stories. Yeah, never let one rip in front of a microphone. So, anywho, that's not a problem for this station. So, 5 out of 7. I'm grading these as we go along. We're really sick of the old face for radio joke. I'm sick of it too, so that's 6 for 8. That checks off. Number 9, keeping the time is important and tricky. Yeah, it can be. Like, if you're, it's a problem for those that are new. Like, you've never hosted a radio show before. I can see you being confused on what numbers to go by. Like, oh, what does this mean? What time does this song get done? When do I have to take a commercial? I can see it being a problem with rookies, and that was probably a problem with me when I got started. Like, oh, I need to press this. You know, it's new. You got to develop your muscle memory. So that's been a problem for me. That checks off. Now, number 10, we don't always like our playlist. I agree with that. You either like it or you don't like it. And sometimes Omniscient plays something that we didn't choose and we have to deal with it. So that checks off. So for that, right now we're 8 for 10. Number 11, so please stop giving us your EPs. No, this radio station, unless it involves extremist speech, like say the local chapter of the Nazis bring in a CD that they recorded at their own studio, we will not accept that. But we want something that's fair and balanced, something that doesn't offend, because that's important. Respect is important in our music. So other than that, yes, we will take your music. So that checks off, 9 out of 11. Number 12, we won't give you a shout out either, which that's not true. If I think you've earned it and you're a cool person, I will shout you out. But if you are a jerkhead, if you're being a troll, no, you won't get shouted out. So there's that. That checks off. Number 13, Christmas music is the absolute worst. I disagree with that. I love Christmas music. But here at WWSU, when it's Christmas time, we play indie Christmas tracks. We either play the mainstream pop ones that don't get played on the other stations because they constantly play stuff from the 60s, 70s, and 80s and 90s. They never play hardly any of the new stuff. So that's what this station's good for. We play the newer stuff, and we play a lot of independent Christmas tracks. And they are awesome. So that doesn't check off. Number 14, our on-air personas are often more outgoing and chatty than our real selves, which can confuse people. That could be an opinion. I don't feel like I'm too far different from my real life self than I am. I'm on the air doing my thing. So it's... I would disagree with that. For me, anyway. So that doesn't check off. Number 15, we dream in annoying jingles. Yes, that's happened to me before. I've dreamed about being in a music video, and it was one I didn't recognize. So that does check off. We're 12 or 15 for this list. Number 16, we always have sore throats. That's true if you don't do it for a while. Like when I came back in January, my throat was very sore after that first night. I was even coughing towards the end of the show. I haven't had that problem since that first night. So it's something I get used to. You got to build your throat up. Because in other words, yes, I would agree your throat will get sore. You got to use tea with honey or drink or gargle warm water, so that way your throat will feel relaxed. Because you got to drink something that's relaxing, because then it'll relax your throat. So that's my advice to you guys, any broadcasters out there. Number 17, and there's literally nothing worse than having a cough, cold, or even hiccups on the air. Yes, that's happened to me, and I hate it when it happens. That checks off, so we're 14 out of 17. Number 18, we inhabit a sort of famous but not famous limbo. Now there's one example. Anna Zapp of Star 99.9 will be a celebrity judge as she broadcasts live from 2016 CT Chiefs Challenge. Yelling, dancing, trying new restaurants are a few of her favorite things. Okay, so it's, independent radio hosts are trying to make themselves a celebrity, even though we may not know what they look like. And I would agree, because if let's say if Ted Beast, if I ordered a pizza and he delivered it to me, I wouldn't know what he looked like. That's an LOL. Ted Beast, I know what he looks like. He's one of my good friends. But I could see that happening. Like, if Ted Beast thought he was a big-time celebrity and he delivered pizza, no one would go, oh, that's Ted Beast. He's delivering my pizza. That would never happen. So, or that would, anywho. So, number 19... Up next on this list, we got celebrity interviews can be a total nightmare. Now, I can't vouch for anyone else, but me personally, I've never had an interviewee that hated being on my show. It's been mostly positive, and that's a testament to the hard work I put in on these shows. So I do very well. So I say no to me. It's never a nightmare when I do these interviews. So that doesn't check off. So it's 15 up. We got 4 more left on this list. I'm 15 out of 19 so far. Number 20, ratings are a constant source of stress. Yeah, I agree with that because I want people to listen to the show. So that's that checks off. 16 out of 20. Now next, 21, we get some deeply weird callers. I do agree with that. And nothing, there's no caller that I ever thought was weirder and more mysterious than Tom from Fairborn. For any of you that's listened to this show, that's listened to this station for a while, he was an old hippie. He loved his radio station. He would call requesting Diamond Dogs by David Bowie. He would request, he wouldn't request the song. He wanted to hear the whole album, non-stop. The whole 60-minute plus of that album. And he would call to talk about his political opinions as well. He called me a few times. We think he might be dead now, so rest in peace if you are dead. But if you are alive, Tom, please call us. I want to hear from you. If you're in the area, I want to know that you're alive. Number 22, not to mention some seriously crazy emails. Yes, I've gotten that sometimes from fans. So that checks off. We got number 23 on this list, but we do feel a sense of duty towards our listeners. I do. I agree with that. And at number 24, the last thing on this BuzzFeed list, and their gratitude makes everything worthwhile. Yes, I do feel like everything that I do, us DJs, we appreciate this job. We appreciate it. So I agree with that. So this list, I give this a 20 out of 24. So this is a very accurate list. I do approve of this BuzzFeed article. And once again, let me get to the the author of this BuzzFeed article. Yes, this was made by Hillary Mitchell. She's a staff member and former college student. So there you go. He is our guest for the evening. He is the one and only Michael Jesse. He is a student from UMBC. I'll try to not let it be a tongue twister, but he filmed some history last week. So anyway, welcome to the show, sir.
Hey, thanks for having me. Sorry for interrupting your commercial break. I hope your sponsors don't get too mad.
Oh, they don't care. It's fine. They're just happy that we played it. I don't think they care if Jay-Z calls in and starts rapping over the commercials. I think they would be thrilled. So,
Can we just spit some bars?
Yeah, there you go. Well, if you're able to, sure.
All right. I'm here on the radio with Daniel Diesel. I'm sitting in the car, and I feel like a weasel. How's that?
That's good. Yay. All right, that was good stuff, man. But welcome to the show. Now, I want to talk to you for a little bit about, you and, of course, history that was made last week in the college basketball world. But for those at home that don't know what UMBC is, what it stands for, where it's at, tell us what UMBC is all about.
Yeah, so UMBC is, I could go on the boring stuff, blah, 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 public research university, blah, blah, blah. Really what it is just kind of a small public school university in Maryland. It's really where the nerds go.
Okay.
So, there's UMD College Park. They've got the basketball team, soccer team, football team, all that.
Yeah.
UMBC, we're a little bit different. We got, our chess club. The President Herbowski said it himself. He said, at UMBC, the party's in the library.
All right.
That's where we do our partying, yeah. Yeah, we're just, 10 minutes from Baltimore City. Yeah, great place to be, Should apply there if you're in high school or something.
Absolutely. Now, what do you like about the college?
What do I like about it? I love the size, It's got about, it's kind of similar to WSU, Wright State, actually.
Yeah.
It's about, I think, 11,000 undergrads. So it's big enough so that there's always new people to meet, small enough so that you'll bump into people that you already know,
Yeah, I agree. I would agree with that statement. Yeah, it's kind of like it's a small world after all. Once you meet that person, you can't get away from that person.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I want to know, I do have this, there's a men's basketball team. Is there also a women's basketball team, do you know of?
Yeah, there is. I'm actually friends with one of the women on the basketball team. She's an immigrant from Italy.
Okay.
And she was on my dorm floor last year, so
all right.
That was kind of cool. I haven't been to any of their games yet, but, I'm definitely going to go this season.
Absolutely. Now, do you regularly follow the men's team?
No, actually, the game versus Kansas, that was the first game I ever watched of college basketball in my whole life.
Oh, that's very fascinating. Okay, that's very interesting. Well, then I should ask you this, since you don't really watch college basketball that much, how did you know that UMBC was about to beat Virginia, and how did you know that was a big deal?
Yeah, so, the first big deal was that we qualified for the tournament at all.
Yeah.
So, our superstar, Jarris Lyles, hit a three at the buzzer beater against the University of Vermont to qualify for the tournament in the first place.
Yeah.
That was amazing. That wasn't national news, but, in the D.C. and Maryland area, everyone kind of knew about that. It was, big news there.
Yeah.
So what happened was, I don't have a TV, so I was just kind of Googling the score. I was kind of keeping track online. So, oh, cool, it's tied at halftime. This might be interesting. And then I was checking in. I'm like, holy smokes, we are running away with this. Like, it was not even close. We were just absolutely demolishing them for the whole second half.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've got to see this with my own eyes. So I live a little bit off campus. I get in my car, rush to campus, rush like heck, and I'm trying to look for a TV. I'm just, I'm running around the campus looking for TV in this dorm. They're like, oh, sorry, you can't be here because there's a TV in there, but you're not allowed to watch it. Sorry, man.
Oh.
So I'm running around trying to see if I got a friend who's got a TV. And then all of a sudden, that's when it happened. I hear just screaming everywhere. People start, running around, taking their shirts off, screaming from their balconies. I whip out my phone. I'm like, there's no media anywhere. I got to get this on camera. The world's got to see this. So there we go.
Wow, that's very fascinating. Now, you said about, now, I know here at Wright State we have something called the Student Union where we have TV lounges. Now, does UMBC, do they have their own student union?
There's the Commons, which is kind of like a student union.
Okay, that's what's called, the Common, okay.
Yeah, but, and they played the Kansas game from there. But everything on campus was actually closed because, even the dorms.
Oh.
Because Friday was the first day of spring break.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
the people who I filmed, they were like the 20 people who were left on campus after spring break let out.
Oh, man, that's awesome. Well, I had no idea. Yeah, here at Wright State, our spring break was like early March. So, yeah, I didn't know that you guys were having your spring break. That would explain why campus was closed, because I thought that'd be weird that the student union would be closed, but now I know why, because it was a vacation, so they had to. But now I want to ask you, what went into the idea of you filming the reaction after the game? Like you kind of told me the first part of the story that you was looking around for a TV, and then you went, you ventured into campus. So how did you get the idea that you should film all this?
Yeah, so I was kind of surprised actually that, since UMBC was running away with the game, I was surprised that, the local news stations didn't, send some guys with cameras over to the campus as soon as it started happening. But, I just thought to myself, hey, some people might want to see this. So as soon as I heard the screaming, I got my phone out, started filming. I filmed in portrait. Sorry, guys. Sorry to all you, whatever pricks who care about whether it's in portrait or landscape. Some guy in a comment in the video, he's like, hey, this guy should be filming in landscape. And I'm like, man, why you got to complain about that? Anyway.
Yeah, spur of the moment. You couldn't help it. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's neither here nor there. So I was just, and then, I filmed for a few minutes until, my phone ran out of memory because I always forget to delete my old photos and stuff. And I'm like, what in the world? There's nobody else filming here. I got to get this on YouTube right now. So I get in my car, rush home. I, run through all the yellow lights, not the red lights, the yellow lights.
Oh, that's good. Good.
Oh, safety first, always, of course. You can't post anything if you're dead. But I get to my computer. It's taken like 30 minutes to upload, driving me crazy. And I'm getting all these invitations in the meantime, like, hey, party at my place. This is crazy, you know? Come to this apartment, come to this dorm. We're having a party. We're having a little get-together, a victory party. And I'm just sitting there by my computer. I'm like, oh, my God, upload, please. I want to go out and, you know, have some fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as soon as it was done uploading, I quickly checked on the stats. It got, like, I think 15 views in 5 seconds. So that's when I knew the video was kind of going to blow up.
Yeah. But I'm happy for you, because what I liked about the video is that, like, a lot of these videos, there have been a few that came out since yours came out, but they were either edited or there was music that played over them. Like, it's all these videos are produced. What I really liked about your video was that it was a real life moment, caught in time and not altered at all. Like, it was your view of the world, of this history making moment happening. And now, for those of you that haven't seen the video, I can't play any of it on here because there is some swearing. These are college students, after all, so there's some unfiltered cussing in this video because they were so happy. It was real. Like, there was nothing that was altered. It was just, and it made me happy to watch it, because I've never seen. It's not often I see a bunch of people so joyous and happy at once. Like, it's just something you don't see every day. It was amazing. It was amazing to watch that.
Yeah, and the other thing about it, some guy said in the comment, he said, you know, the best part about this video is that you can tell that they weren't prepared for a celebration at all.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell that these guys, we hadn't even qualified for the NCAA basketball tournament in, I think, like 12 years or something like that.
Yeah, wow.
So this was... absolutely nobody was ready for this, and you know that's kind of what made it special, is that, you know, people were just absolutely shocked and chagrined. People just they didn't even know what to do.
Yeah, it looked like that. It looked like a state of wonderment. I'm trying to describe it because because there were like people running around. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and describe the video since I can't play it. But here were the highlights to me. I know early on there was like a kid. He was like victory lap, and he was like running, and he was behind two other students. They were running full speed. Like, you probably couldn't get these guys to run a lap in gym class, but that night they were full. It was like the Olympics. They were just at it, so I enjoyed that part. And I also enjoyed. There was another scene I enjoyed. It was those two young African American men. They came out of that dorm room. They were like, "Let's go!" and they were like storming. I enjoyed that. They bolted too. Like, they were just, you got an up close look at those two men. They looked so happy and shocked. Like, oh, what's going on here? They couldn't do nothing else but run to wherever they go. Who knows? But they'll figure out when they get there. It was that type of moment.
Yeah, for sure. I hope I didn't get their faces too closely, because, you know, I didn't exactly ask their permission before posting. So,
well, I think it's okay. They would have complained by now because this video is viral,
yeah.
so I think you're okay. It was a real moment. But I want to ask, did you know anyone personally that appeared in that video?
In that video, yeah, I knew a few of the people who were on their balconies.
Okay.
And they were some of them, I don't know if you could see it, they were kind of looking at me like, "Boy, what are you doing? Put your phone away and join the party."
Oh, okay.
But yeah, actually, you know, it's kind of cool to think about. I hope at least one of the guys on the basketball team was able to see that video.
I think they probably have. I imagine after the this weekend, I imagine they probably watched back all the news articles on them winning the game. I do imagine they probably have seen your video by now. I don't know who. And I imagine you guys don't you don't have like a close friendship with any of them, so I imagine they wouldn't know to reach out to you. But I would reckon that they've seen it and they enjoyed it. There's really nothing to hate on this video. It's because this is history in the making. Which I now want to ask you this question: whether it's your life or in sports in general, where does this rank among the most surprising moments in your life that you've witnessed?
Oh man, it's up there.
Okay.
It's really up there. If we're just going to talk about, you know, pleasant surprises.
Yes, that.
I think this just might be it, honestly.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, Hey, you know what? You know what was the number one, Dan? Getting that message from you.
Oh, okay.
That meant a lot to me.
Well,
that was a great moment in my life. Thanks for that.
Oh man, well that touches me. Thank you, because I had no idea that. Because I never know if these interviews are possible. You just have to be in the right place at the right time, and I was. I was smart enough to look up these videos and to see that. So I'm glad that you really appreciated that. And in the sports world, since I don't know if you watch that much sports, but they say that this is the third in history of American sports. This is the third biggest upset in the history of American sports, behind Mike Tyson knocking out Buster Douglas. And then the other one was, well, crap, I forget what the other one. Oh, the Miracle on Ice. It was when America, they defeated Russia at the Olympics, and that was when they had a bunch of rookies playing for them. They still won. So this is quite an upset.
I wasn't alive back then, but
yeah,
I heard quite a bit from the other side of that. My dad is from the USSR, so
okay.
He told me all about watching that game. That was like the worst. And I bet that's how Virginia fans felt last Friday.
Man, that's fascinating. Yeah, your father was is all your family from the USSR?
Not all of them, just him.
Just him. Okay, well that's really cool. That's really cool to learn. All right. Well, yeah, I think we covered the basketball portion of this. I want to talk to you about your music, because along with finding your video on the campus reaction, I saw that you do make music, and that's really cool. So I wonder, how long have you studied music?
Studied? I don't know. What do you mean by studied?
Well, I guess not study. I guess I'll rephrase that. How long have you played music? How long has music been in your life?
Oh, I think since I came from the womb, probably even before that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, my dad tells me that I used to, sing songs when I was a baby before I could talk.
Wow.
I don't believe him, of course, but yeah, music is, the only thing I'm good at. So I've always kind of stuck with it. It's my absolute favorite thing in the world.
That's awesome. No, I want to know how much. I noticed the music videos that you make. It looks like you put a lot of work into those. Like, I know one video you were playing 4 different instruments, and they were like 4 different split screens, and then something like that, and others you kind of had like split screen action going on as well. So I just want to know how much work goes into editing one of your music videos.
Good amount. I'd say, yeah. I mean, I spend a good amount on my channel, which is a good amount of time. I don't spend any money on it.
Okay.
I use a Windows Movie Maker. I use Audacity to record music. Anybody who's into film or into recording music, they'll laugh at me when they hear I use Audacity and Movie Maker. But whatever, I'm not trying to make a Pulitzer Prize winning. I'm just trying to do what I love to do. Put myself out there and get some views.
Yeah.
So, to answer your question, I'd say recording the music always takes a ton of time, because I can't accept anything but the best I can do.
Yes.
So that takes days at a time. Filming is quick. I just film with my iPhone. It takes about, I don't know, never more than a couple of hours. Okay.
All right, that's good to learn about that. Now with your music, I know you release stuff with your music videos right now. Are you at all interested in either joining a music band or remaining solo, or perhaps trying to make it into the major music industry? Do you have any goals in that area?
Oh man, the music industry, that would be a dream come true, man.
All right. Yeah, you sound happy. Yeah, that makes you sound happy. All right.
Yeah, if I could do one thing, I'd be just, having jam sessions with Charlie Puth and Bruno Mars.
Man, awesome.
But right now I'm kind of a jazz musician. I play a lot of jazz. I play restaurants and stuff,
yeah,
small gigs.
Well, just to give you a heads up, that's how Charlie Puth started before he started making major label recordings. He played lounges, and he kind of did similar to what you're doing. He played piano and jazz-like stuff, so that's how he got started.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of his.
Yes.
My friends are listening. They'll
cool.
They're probably laughing right now. Yeah. jazz is the best because, you asked if I want to be solo or in a band. In the jazz world, you kind of get to be both at the same time.
Okay.
What I mean by that is, you do a lot of solo stuff. Everything I do online, almost everything I do for my channel is completely by myself.
Yeah.
Except for my last song, my first original. But you get to be in a lot of different bands. And, every jazz cat, knows all the standards. So you can just kind of hop into a band and already know their tunes, and it's a lot of fun.
Yes, absolutely. I'll take your word for it because I definitely don't play myself, but sounds like you enjoy playing music when you do, so that's good to know. What type of music do you listen to? Well, you mentioned Charlie Puth. Is there anyone else that you listen to?
Oh man, I wish I came prepared for that.
You like them all. Let's put it that.
Honestly, there's nothing I don't like. I love pop music. I love the Beatles. I grew up listening to the Beatles a lot. I love classical music. Mozart's my jam.
Okay.
Jazz, obviously. Miles Davis. Listening to Kinda Blue by Miles Davis. Oh,
okay.
Made me cry.
Oh man.
The only kind of music I'm not really into is dubstep. I don't know if you guys play that a lot on your on your channel, or like super grungy metal.
Okay.
Some metal I can appreciate. Anyway, I want to stick to positive stuff. I try to be a positive person.
Yes.
I like everything. There's nothing I don't like.
All right. Now about the dubstep, I personally don't like it either, but I know we do have blocks of music. Like when DJs are on the air, we have like an hour for rock, hour for we do have a dubstep hour. So it's to each their own. That's fine.
I was going to say, I hope I don't offend anyone.
No, I don't think you offend anyone, and I don't think the dubstep. I don't think that airs like 1 a.m. and everyone's asleep. So that's not going to. So no harm, no foul anyway. That's something. But
it's funny.
Michael Jesse, this has been an excellent interview, and what I want to do for you? I want to play 2 of your songs that you have posted on YouTube. So tell me the 2 songs you want me to play.
Oh, thanks so much, man. I guess the first a good first one could be the Chainsmokers one I did. I play a bunch of instruments in that.
You Owe Me?
You Owe Me.
Okay, I got it pulled up, and then what else?
And then the other one would be a new song I just wrote. It's not completely finished, but it's mostly done. I just posted it. It's my latest one. It's called Gravity.
Okay, I got it pulled up as well because I'm at your music page. Okay, so I'm going to play You Owe Me and Gravity. So I'll play that once I get done the interview with you, but I am out of questions. Is there anything else you'd love to add before I leave you tonight?
Sure thing. Yeah, my instrument is the bass, so you'll hear a lot of bass. Especially on the You Owe Me.
Okay.
Chainsmokers song. I can play a little trombone and do little beatboxing. I do like,
Yes.
Acapella stuff. And you can find me online. Just search Michael Jesse, and I think I'm like the 4th channel that comes up. You'll see my picture, my stupid face.
Yeah, and you're
holding an upright bass.
Yes, upright bass. Yes, I'm looking at it now. It's not a stupid picture. You look like you mean business. So there you go.
Thanks.
Yes.
Or if you're so inclined, I'm not terribly big on Facebook, but you can also find me at facebook.com/Michael Jesse Music.
Yes.
Jesse is spelled Jesse.
Yes, and I've been there as well. So that's So YouTube and Facebook would be the best place to find all of your music and stuff about your any works of yours that you wish to upload. So once again, it's www.youtube.com, and then do a search for Michael Jesse, and he is easy to find. And then facebook.com/Michael Jesse Music. So that's the place to find him. And those that are listening, this is some good stuff. So I will play these 2 songs, and any music executive that's out there, sign this guy. He's the next big thing. You're going places, man.
Thanks so much, Dan. You know what? If I ever make it big one day, I'd love to be back on your show. Is that all right? That's
fine. Well, I hope to make it big myself as well. I hope to venture past college radio someday. So I will keep you in mind.
Thanks so much.
All right. Well, Michael Jesse, I'm going to let you go. You have a good night, sir.
You as well. Have a good one.
You too. Yes, what an interview. That was, and that went very well. That was Michael Jesse. So I'm going to go ahead and do that without further delay. I'm going to play his 2 songs that's available on YouTube. It's You Owe Me. It's a cover of the Chainsmokers song that they had on the radio many months back. And then his original song that he just released 4 hours ago. It was released just today. It's called Gravity. So I'm going to play this now. You're listening to Ohio is on Fire. Now I'll be back live on the air after I play those 2 songs to give some updates. You're listening to Ohio is on Fire here on WWSU 106.9 FM, Dayton's right choice. It's now time for everyone's favorite segment. It is now time for OMVP. That stands for Ohio's Most Valuable Pedestrian. And there's this award goes to someone from the state of Ohio or a group of people from the state of Ohio that did something very interesting in a positive way. So that's what this award is about. And there's always a backstory that goes with this OMVP. So this article comes from WYTV.com. This article is called Local YSU Radio Hosts Invite to Stiller Awards Red Carpet. The Stiller Awards is one of the country's biggest gospel awards ceremony. So let's take a look at this article. I got an up-close look at this article. This is out of Youngstown, Ohio, by the way. Chris Gunther, a former radio host for Rookery Radio, will be attending the red carpet for 2018 Stiller Awards. The Stiller Awards is one of the country's biggest gospel award ceremonies. This year will take place in Las Vegas on Saturday, March 24. Gunther graduated from Youngstown State University with a bachelor's degree in telecommunications back in December. While attending YSU, he hosted the Chris Gunther Show on Rookery Radio. So yes, Youngstown State has their own radio station, and he was the host on it, so that's pretty cool. He said he went online to apply for credentials, but didn't think he would get picked. Then got an email saying he was invited to cover the event. Gunther said he was known for bringing gospel artists onto his show. He had interviewed a number of gospel music artists, including Jeffrey Golden, Kirk Franklin, Mary Mary, Frank Hammond, and Israel Houghton. And those in the gospel world, those are some pretty big names. So good for, this is me speaking, but good for Chris Gunther for getting those guys. Those are big acts in the gospel music world. Now back to the article. This year's Stiller Awards will be hosted by American gospel musician Kirk Franklin, which he Gunther has interviewed before, so they know each other. So that's pretty cool. He's got a friend in Kirk Franklin. Although Gunther has graduated and moved on from Rookery, he'll be interviewing artists on the red carpet and airing it live on Rookery Radio Saturday and Sunday for a special edition of his show. So that's pretty cool. Here's a quote from Gunther. I think I'm the first kid in Youngstown to get invited to something like this. From someone who was told that they would drop out of high school to graduating college and being invited to cover the Stiller Awards is amazing, said Chris Gunther. Of course, you can tune into his coverage by logging into rookeryradio.com or download the TuneIn Radio app and type in Rookery Radio in the search box. So I hope that goes well for you. Chris Gunther, that is really cool that you're doing that. Of course, he's a fellow college radio DJ in the state of Ohio. So I found it was cool that I was able to look some of that up. And you know what? Chris Gunther, not only do you have a good time at the Stiller Awards, you're making your dreams come true, but you're something else. You've done something else, Chris Gunther. You won an award. You won an award that's not really an award, but just a really cool shout-out. But you, Chris Gunther, for this episode, you are OMVP, and that stands for Ohio's Most Valuable Pedestrian. Give it up to Chris Gunther. You are amazing. So there you go. An alumnus of Rookery Radio, but he's going to do a special show for them to cover this award show that he's going to be on. So there's that. And actually, I want to share this a little bit real quick before I play a little bit more music. Bento the Keyboard Cat. He was really famous for his YouTube video as he was a cat that played the keyboard. And we've had a commercial of Bento playing the keyboard just months ago. I don't know if it's still available in our automation. but it's that do 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 do, and I might play that later on. But he died recently. Bento the cat. He was a beloved feline star of the popular meme on YouTube. He died at age 8, but does this really mean the end? Tonight he's jamming with Kurt and Jimmy, according to this article I'm reading. Keyboard Cat, the internet meme that bookend 1,000 pratfalls, is dead, and it's believed that he died peacefully. So rest in peace, Bento the Keyboard Cat. I'll try to throw in a tribute to you as well as at the end of the show I'm going to talk about Stephen Hawking. So that's coming up. And also I'm going to play some songs, and when I come back I will take my tour of this radio studio like I have been pushing all night long. That will happen after I play about 2 or 3 songs. So please stay tuned to Ohio is on Fire. I got a great hour planned for you, so please stay tuned. You're listening to WWSU 106.9 FM, Dane's Right Choice. Oh, this next song I'm going to play is Under the Bridge by Red Hot Chili Peppers. This band, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, they are the most played band on the West Coast of college radio stations that are out on the West Coast. They're the most played band ever, according to statistics that was conducted online by various internet groups. So I'm going to play them now. Here is Under the Bridge by Red Hot Chili Peppers. And we're back live in the studio for Ohio is on Fire. Before I get to the final message of the night, I have a bunch of notes to get through. Next, I'll be on again live next Wednesday night. And now tonight's episode was the 99th produced episode of Ohio is on Fire here at this radio station. Next Wednesday night will be the 100th. Now it'll be the 166th episode of Ohio is on Fire overall, because I did episodes on other platforms. But next Wednesday night will be the 100th WWSU show of Ohio is on Fire. It's a big milestone for me. And I got a really cool show planned for next week. I will have Todd Penstill. Sorry, if you're listening, I got your name wrong. My bad. Todd Penstill. He's been on the show before. He was on with Kimberly Weiss about 3 years ago. When so he's an artist in the area. Him and Brother Rabbi, they're going to be on the show next Wednesday night. They're going to perform live here in the studio, and it's going to be great. And also, so I look forward to that. But also, I have an interview with a college radio legend. Her name is Amber Robertson. She was the GM of the University of Miami down in Miami, Florida. Their radio station, when she was a GM, they won the award for MTV Woody for best, which was the best college radio station in the country. They won it back in 2011. A little side note, our radio station, WWSU, we were up for that award. We were a finalist. We had made it to the top 10 that year. We did not win. Her station was one that wanted to win it all. They got all the glory. And for many years, that was always on my bucket list to find out what happened during that night and what happened during the time that they won that award. So I was wondering if I could interview someone from that station. And I was able to get a GM herself, Amber Robertson. We had a good conversation. That will air live next Wednesday night as part of my 100th college radio episode of Ohio is on Fire here at Wright State University. We had some really cool. You learned some really cool things about what happened. So involving MTV Woody and what they do to win that award, and you'll hear some stories based on what this station had to do to be involved with the MTV Woody. It was a great moment in time for us, and we will talk about it next Wednesday night live on the show. And of course, you can always be involved with the show by calling 937-775-5555 if you wish to call in, leave a comment, and I might have some more shenanigans up my sleeve during this 100th episode. This 100th WWSU episode of Ohio is on Fire live next Wednesday night. So it's now time for the final message. And I want to talk about Stephen Hawking. He died on March 14, 2018. Now, I went to the Wikipedia page of his. I'll read the first paragraph that talks about it, because it really covers what he did in a nutshell, this first opening paragraph. Because if I read this whole thing, I'd be all night long going over this paragraph. his Wikipedia page. So here's this is what it says about Stephen Hawking on his Wikipedia. He was an English theoretical physicist, cosmologist, and author and director of research at the Center of Theoretical Cosmology within the University of Cambridge, which is over in Oxford, England. His scientific works include a collaboration with Roger Penrose on gravitational singularity theorism in the framework of general relativity and the theoretical prediction that black holes emit radiation, often called Hawking radiation. So it was named after him. Hawking was the first to set out a theory of cosmology explained by a union of the general theory of relativity in quantum mechanics. He was a vigorous supporter of the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics. Hawking was a fellow of the Royal Society, a lifetime member of the Pontifical Academy of Science, and the recipient of the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian award in the United States. In 2002, Hawking was ranked number 25 in the BBC's poll of the 100 greatest Britons. He was a Lucian professor of mathematics at the University of Cambridge between 1979 and 2009, and achieved commercial success with works of popular science in which he discusses his own theories and cosmology in general. His book, A Brief Theory of Time, appeared in the British Sunday Times bestseller list for record-breaking 237 weeks. Hawking had a rare early-onset, slow-progressing form of motor neuron disease, also known as amphitopic lateral successoris, or Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS, that gradually paralyzed him over the decades. Even after the loss of his speech, he was still able to communicate through a speech-generating device, literally through use of a handheld switch, and eventually by using a single cheek muscle. He died on March 14, 2018, at the age of 76. So that's the article on that. Here are my thoughts. Definitely a big icon. He was a big icon in the world of college because he did make his living touring colleges, doing speeches. He normally went to big colleges. I do not know if he ever went to Wright State University to do a speech. I do not know that for a fact. I know he went to Ohio State to do a speech, and throughout England, and throughout the world. I mean, this guy was a true icon in the world of college. He is sorely missed. He had a lot to, his studies were very thorough. Like I said, these words I was reading, I had trouble reading these words. He was a really smart man, one of the smartest men alive, one of the smartest men to ever exist, pretty much. He was up there with, Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was considered one of the smartest people ever. This guy was up there with him. Incredibly smart. He went to the University of Oxford where he got a BA. Then he went to the University of Cambridge where he got an MA and then a PhD. And he created a lot of theories that wanted to be named after him because he would create these theories sometimes some of these are scientific facts. But you got the Hawking radiation, A Brief History of Time, then you got the Penrose, which is a Hawking theorism, and then you got the Beaconstein, which is a Hawking formula in science. Then you got Gibbons, you got the Hawking effect, the Hawking space, Hawking and York boundary term. So Gibbons was something that term was created by Hawking. And of course he was married 2 times. He was married to Jane Wilde, and then he got divorced, and he got married to Elaine Mason. And this guy, considering the disease that he had, he kind of cured himself, and he gave himself a long life with science and medicine. As if anyone that ever saw him, he was barely able to talk. He was able to talk when he was younger, obviously, but he was always in a wheelchair. So he dealt with a disability his entire life. But he was so incredible that you often look past those disabilities. He was someone that wanted to discover what life was all about. He wanted to discover the human condition. And he wanted to know a way for people to better communicate with each other, because he was big on communication as well. And I do feel like sometimes communication is a problem in our American culture. That is an issue. And he didn't want that. He wanted everyone to live the best life possible. This guy won many awards as well. He won I'll tell you about the ones he's won since 1999. He won the Naylor Prize and Lectureship Award in 99. He won the Lilienfeld Prize. He won the Albert Medal Prize. He won the Copley Medal. He won the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2009. He was awarded by Barack Obama. Then he won the Breakthrough Prize in Fundamental Physics in 2012. Then he won the last award he ever won was the BBVA Foundation Frontiers of Knowledge Award in 2015. I don't think there was a scientific award or educational award that he did win from the looks of it. He was the best. And he not only did he teach others, he helped teach future scientists and future great professors as well, such as Bruce Allen, Raphael Basso, Brennan Carr, and Faye Docker, just to name a few, because he taught many. A lot of those guys would go on to have great success being professors at colleges spread throughout the world. Now, my last thoughts on him. He had, I guess, those that opposed him, he did have controversial theories. He did not believe in a God. He was not religious whatsoever. And he said that there was actually scientific proof that there wasn't a God. So that's the big controversy around him. Because with science, it can be fact, it can also be theories. That's why they're called theories, because sometimes it can be hard to find in fact. That's what he believed. But I don't believe he was an evil person at all. He definitely wasn't a Satanist or some cult leader. He was just a guy who was really smart, and he just questioned what was around us. He did seem like a really good guy, from what I've heard, a very loving guy. He played the cards that was dealt to him in life, and he played them very, very well. So the colleges everywhere should honor this guy, regardless if you believe everything that he says or if you disagree with it. I mean, it is opinion-based. A lot of these studies are opinion-based, and they can be proven wrong. All studies can be proven wrong over time. That's the thing that he preached himself. Like, it's just his opinion. It was just his studies. Prove him wrong. He challenged people to prove him wrong. So here's Stephen Hawking. I believe he is spiritually, since he didn't believe in God, I believe I believe people are based on spirits. I do believe he's at a place of peace. It's something that he would want to go to because he had his own personal preferences. I do believe people will go to where they believe they want to go. And it's something that we can never comprehend. We can try all we want to understand what happens in the afterlife. We can always try, but I think we'll never fully understand what is going on out there. And Stephen Hawking couldn't understand it either, but he had his theories. And I believe he is at peace, and his family and his friends, they are at peace with what happened to him. He lived the life he wanted to live. So here's to Stephen Hawking. A college salute to you, sir. Wherever you're at, hopefully you're learning, you're doing what you always did, you're learning what it's all about. And there you go, those are my thoughts on Stephen Hawking. With that is the end of my show. I got a nice college playlist here. I got about 15 minutes left of my show, so I'll play about 3 or 4 songs from my little playlist. And then it'll be 8 o'clock. We have a guy that's scheduled at 8 p.m., but he's never here. He's been here once this semester, so maybe he's here tonight, maybe not. So at 8 o'clock something will happen, but I'll play us out until 8 o'clock. So until next Wednesday night, when I got my 100th WWSU show ever, it'll be a big special night for me. Until next Wednesday night, Dayton, Ohio, UMBC, Michael Jesse, that's the way it is.